Have you not yet ever picked up a VR headset? Chances are, if you're a gamer, you haven't tried VR yet, and you probably haven't done so for good reason. VR is a young technology that is far from working out the kinks. However, the PSVR is a shockingly good entry point into the medium. Clocking in at a cool $350 for a headset, controllers, camera, and a pack-in game, the PSVR headset is the cheapest VR headset out there. And you can use it with even a stock PS4. The barrier to entry for VR doesn't get any easier to somersault over. And not just in terms of price. While the PSVR is nowhere near the best VR has to offer, it's a great litmus test for the medium, and it's worth checking out if you haven't tried VR before. Both the price and the value of the PSVR can't be overstated. The closest competitor would be the Oculus Rift, either the Rift S or the Quest 2, both of which come in at $300. Now, we mentioned PSVR and $350 before, so if you do some quick calculations, you might come to the realization that $350 is more than $300. But it's actually more complicated than that. A common PSVR bundle for $350 comes not just with controllers like the Rift S does, but also a camera, which the Rift doesn't use, and a pack-in $25 Iron Man VR game. What's more is that you can use your PSVR with your PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, and PlayStation 5. With a little work, you can even get it up and running on PC, opening up endless new avenues to play with VR entirely for free. To really tap into the power of the Rift, you'll need a gaming PC and a relatively modern, powerful one at that, especially if you aim to continue playing new VR experiences, which are more and more demanding as they come out. If you don't want to drop the big bucks on a pre-built PC that guarantees this, you'll need either the know-how or the free time to build a PC for yourself that can handle VR well at a reasonable price. Either option is much more expensive than what PS4s are going for right now on eBay. $200 to $300 for a PS4, and $300 to $400 for a PS4 Pro. For the price, and considering the fact that you can play AAA VR experiences on your PSVR on your PlayStation, there's no cheaper way to test out what VR is like. When we say AAA VR experiences, we mean something specific. The Oculus Quest 2, for example, doesn't require the use of a PC at all, let alone a gaming PC. However, if you intend to use your Quest 2 as a gaming platform, you will need a gaming PC. Without one, you're restricted to the apps and games the Rift itself can run, which are far simpler than the experiences possible in modern AAA video gaming. The PSVR can and does run these games. Admittedly, the PC has the best VR library out there, hands down, and there are tons of VR games available both on PSVR and the Rift or the Index. What's more is that with the freeware program Trina's PSVR, you can hook up your PSVR to your PC and either use Steam VR to play Steam VR games like Half-Life Alyx, or you can play old non-VR games converted to VR on PC. Unlike certain mixed reality Windows headset-style devices or the standalone capabilities of the Quest, the PSVR is a fully featured VR platform that lets you jump into a wide variety of AAA experiences from Resident Evil 7 to Superhot to Star Wars Squadrons and many, many more for the lowest possible price, especially if you're even mostly a console gamer. If your PC is older and on the lower end, while you might be able to run VR games, it might actually be cheaper to pick up a PS4 Pro for a good deal on eBay and opt for a PSVR headset instead of a Rift, so you can enjoy PC games in VR with Trina's PSVR, while you can play the most graphically intensive games on PlayStation. Entering the world of virtual reality is a lot like playing games at a frame rate above 60 for the first time. Once you go there, going back is tough, but it's impossible to really know what you're missing until you experience it. How this applies to virtual reality is interesting. For first-time VR users, the sheer novelty of interacting with a virtual world in a physical way is going to be amazing. You're likely to experience this same amazement regardless of platform. But VR today isn't for everyone as a gaming platform. The frame rates in general and the resolutions possible in general are much lower than what they really need to be to make this technology truly comfortable, and the games truly beautiful and able to stand up to close examination. So, if you've never gamed in VR before, picking up a PSVR will give you a lot of different games to experience. We'll let you enjoy the fun nature of VR through simple interaction, and let you decide if this is a platform you want to spend hundreds of hours actually gaming on, or if it's a cool toy to show off to friends. For the price of the PSVR, this isn't too big of an ask, whereas a full Valve Index kit alone will set you back $1,000. And then you'll need a PC that costs much more than that to truly take advantage of the Index. But even if you did, the nature of playing, say, a Resident Evil style game or a Half-Life style game in VR doesn't appeal to or just doesn't sit well with you physically, this won't change with an Index. When you first boot up VR, whether you're running at the highest resolution or at the highest FPS, or have the widest FOV isn't a big deal. The PSVR is great at showing VR off for a low price, so get out there and try it out if you haven't. By now, we've mentioned using the PSVR on PC a few times. But is that ever really worth it, or is it more just a party trick to show off to your nerdier, techie friends? It does depend, but if you mostly game on console but have a game-playing PC, setting up Trinus PSVR to use your PSVR headset with Steam VR and play native VR games, and then setting up tracking through the PS Move service app so you can use your PS Move controllers on PC too, just to play Half-Life Alyx is more than worth it. And once you're there and set up, it would be silly not to play other PC-exclusive VR games too, like Boneworks. What's more is that even with a rig capable of using a Rift to some extent, VR adds another level of complexity to PC gaming. There are drivers and applications to install, new settings to tweak, and new kinds of issues to troubleshoot. These can be particularly disorienting in VR for a novice VR user. As a test case, trying out VR on console with PSVR cuts out a lot of that extra complexity to help you ease into a new way of playing.